Hey guys, it's your boy Nami Rubber Bands back with another video. Today I'm joined with
The Lawless Slayer, 69,000 this time. What's up, y'all?
my guy said he's going Super Saiyan 3 out here. Okay. But yeah guys, we're back with part 3. Um before we can even get into the video, I got my channel back guys. So yeah, go check out, Killer Kill 360. I'll be back on that channel. And for right now, I guess we can keep this as a mini side what if channel. Like other than One Piece, we can do on this channel video games possibilities. And other subjects like tier lists. But other than that, sorry for breaking, the fourth wall, but like let's get into this video. So
Big time skip. You thought Naruto had big time skips? No, we're going bigger than that. We're going even further beyond than that.
let me stop.
How much? Well, 10 years. Because, well, hey, I'm sure you had enough of the whole mushy childhood growing up sympathetic BS. So, we're going to get right into it. So, me, Kelia, and Monica, just in case, y'all don't know what our in-lore characters' names are.
Yeah. Kind of forgot to go over that, guys.
So, they're kind of like deck us out in our traditional outfits, and we're like, look, this is a out of school, out of seas, because, Japan and Middle East is kind of like far away from each other.
Mm-hmm.
So, they're like, hey, mom and dad, relax, ain't like it's going to be wearing too much. Besides, whole new slate, whole new school, whole new people, whole new vibe. And they're like, all right, fine. Just in case anything go wrong, just call me. You're like, yes, so we know. So we hop up in the limousine, because, well, yeah. As we're in the limousine, the maid, she going 70 on the highway. And we're like, whoa, why are they going so fast, bro? Whoa.
Reckless abandon.
Blaring it down the freaking highway. No one can't even catch her. Mm-hmm. Except for one kid who was on a motorcycle, like, right next to us, like, keeping up. And the maid, she gets, like, they stop. Both of us stop at the stoplight. As the kid is, like, looking at her as he's just revving his motorcycle. As the maid kind of took this as the signal, so like, oh, okay, so he wants to try to have a speeding race, a quick little race with me. Okay. She just tells us, buckle up your seatbelts, it's about to get bumpy.
Oh, God.
And right as the light turns yellow, both of them, they revving it up. And once the light goes green, they clocking out at over 100 miles per hour, going crazy.
I'm like, we're gonna die. No, not really. I mean, I'm just like, you're screaming that, but I'm just like, huh.
Yeah. Both of them, they cruise and dodge and weaving in and out of lanes, trying to get to whatever destination they trying to get to as soon as possible. So time skip like 5 minutes as well. They both going over 100 on the highway, so I assume you'll get where you're trying to get to pretty quickly. So they both actually make it there relatively at the exact same time. And so the car stops, the motorcycle stops. As everyone's just seeing this limousine racing down this motorcycle, both equally going like 150, just blaring it down the freaking like schoolway. But they both hit like a hard stop, both of them. And so when they hit a hard stop, wow, the chick in the car, of course, the car's going to take most of the brunt of impact, which allows her to stop. But for the kid, he goes flying off, like front first off his own motorcycle. And she's like, oh shit, I didn't mean to, thinking like, I caused this race, I'm an irresponsible person. But the kid, like, does like a flip off and like lands on his feet, doesn't almost hit. And so we get out our hair, since, well, at least my hair and stuff, looking like who's who, right? And so we're like, and she's like, have a good first day. She just gets all of it because she like embarrassed because, well, she was revving up down the highway going over 100 with his kids around.
I'm just like, why did our parents hire her?
Well, that's so much for first impressions.
Right.
As we're looking in front of us, and we see like this, practically every kid is just kind of just looking at us since it's the first day.
Mm-hmm.
And we're like, hey, because it's like a different vibe with us. Because one, we're not from here, so anything they do, we just simply won't know. Any cultural traditions, all that stuff. Hey, we're essentially completely foreigners to practically everything. So that same kid who was on the motorcycle walks up. He introduces himself as, he shakes both our hands as he takes off his helmet. As we both see, it's Issei Kyoto.
Right. And we both look at him and we like kind of shocked that he's actually badass, because we didn't expect that from him. And he's like, hey, what's your names? So I say Kiyoya, Kingsman. And as he looks over to you and he asks your name, and he's like, what's your name? My name is Monica Kingsman. So he's like, oh, so y'all brother and sister? Like, yeah. And she's like, oh, good to know. Well, mommy, judging by y'all outfits, y'all not really from around here. As we like, is it that obvious? He's like, yeah. For one, them Jordans give it away immediately. We don't have those type of Pacific Jordans out here. Those are something like limited edition. As I'm like, huh, you're a man of culture, huh? You into sneakers as well? He's like, yeah, I got quite a collection myself. As me and him, we vibing, as I like you like, all right, we gotta get to class. As I'm like, nice meeting you, you say. As he says, likewise. As we go our separate ways. As I'm like, bro, why is he so cool? What's going on? It's not the same Issei that we know. Huh. I don't know. Something's fishy around here. As we head into class. And I'll pass it back to you.
Alrighty. So we're walking to the classroom. We get stopped off by the school council's lounge. Because for one, we got to get our schedules. Because,
right.
Yeah. So we get in there as we hear a few people like talking, as though the receptionist lady's like, "Oh, you can just sit down." They're going to be talking for a little bit, and so as they're like, just me, you, Issei, and this other chick, and so as all four of us are kind of like just sitting there relaxed and stuff. Since we already kind of met, well, Issei, she comes up and addresses herself. And she goes, "Hello, my name is Saris Victoria." And she says that with a very like a British accent.
Yeah.
I'm like, "Oh, so you also not from her?" She's like, "Yeah." Well, nice to meet you. I'm Monica Kingsman, and this is my brother, Peoria Kingsman. It's good to meet you. And she's like, "Oh, that's pretty interesting. I assume foreigners aren't exactly as open gestures like this. Or at least that's what I hear." And we're like, "Hey, don't always hear what you read on brochures.
Right.
But there can always be an exception." She's like, "Yeah, good to know." So as we're all chatting it up, someone finally comes out of the door. She's like, "Oh yeah, right. I forgot. Here, grab your certified names, get your hall passes, and get your schedules." So we all do that as we look at our first schedule, or should I say specifically our first hour, and see that all of us practically have literally, well, the same classes. What we do.
I'm just like, as I'm looking at the schedule, I'm like, wait, not let alone one class we all together. That's fair. Two class is pushing it, but three is beyond. What is going on here? That we both say, because it doesn't work like that in America. And we just kind of shocked as we're like, well, I guess we're gonna say three classes together, which is interesting. Oh, I wonder how the gym is. As you know, we cut back to you.
All right. So we're all walking up there. We're all chatting it up.
Mhm.
We all have like pretty different vibes.
Right.
He's chatting, but he's not really paying too much conversation. I mean, he's paying attention enough so that when you're talking to him, he's actually listening intently to what you're saying.
Right.
It just doesn't seem that way. It seems like okay, how he will talk, you would think he's very submissive about practically everything. But in reality, he's really being really intentful to what a person is saying, even though it doesn't look like he is. So we're all heading to a class. The teacher's like, "Oh yeah, right, I forgot. Extra students. Great. Make my day even more harder. Okay. You four come in." And so the four of us come in as we're just looking at the classrooms, and this is very different from America.
Mm-hmm.
I can understand elementary,
Yeah.
best to be like this, but no, it's like literally like a formulated line.
Right. I'm like, oh, interesting. As I'm like the first one to introduce myself. I'm like, hey, my name's Keoya Kingsman. Nice to meet y'all. Let's have a good time, and let's not get on each other's bad sides. As the guys in the room look at me, they like, he's a freaking giant. He's 6'8". What the hell? What does his parents feed him? They say in their head. As the girls start gossiping and talking about me and stuff. As I'm be like, hey, teach, is that seat in the back open? As he's like, yeah, sure, have a seat. So I'm like, thanks. As I go all the way in the back, as there's a desk in front of me that's empty, so I just put my foot on top of it and cross my arms. As they're kind of shocked by the way I did that. As they wanted to know, are they from around here? Do they know how things work? As the teacher was like, oh yeah, I forgot to mention they're new transfer students. As everybody's shocked, right? And the teacher's like, hey, you want to introduce yourself as well? As I pass it back to you.
As we're seeing, I'm seeing my brother act like that. I'm like, first day. All right, you know what? I'm not even gonna worry about it. I'll deal with him when I get home. So I dress myself acting as ladylike as you would think I could probably pretend to act.
Mm-hmm.
So
as I'm just looking at you, but I'm dying. You're like, oh God.
I was like, my name is Monica Kingsman. That guy over there is my brother. Hopefully, same as him. Mm-hmm. Hopefully we don't have any problems, and this school year will be pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know why I did this. I just ended it off with a friendly smile, trying to be endearing.
Oh no.
And I tell you one thing, something stood up, and it wasn't her hands. Which, I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to go sit down. The teacher's like, yeah, I'm sorry about that. They're like, it's fine. It's very different in Japan.
Oh no.
As I'm just walking to the seat with like this like cloud, ominous cloud like below my head. I'm just depressed already.
Oh no.
And he look at me like, what's wrong? Nervous on the first day. I'm like, shut the fuck up.
Right. I'm like, you didn't have to give them that smell. Now you might have some issues now as I troll you. You're like, shut up. Hey, you did that, not me. Anyway, what about y'all two?
Alright. So, as Sarah's, he said, they were about to walk up, at the same time, but she's like, oh, I'm sorry. He's like, no, go ahead. We can do it at the same time. And she puts his arm around her neck, and they just won't walk up at the same time. So he addresses his name as Isaki Yoda. She addresses her name as Sarah's Victoria. And as you can tell, them listening to how Sarah's talks, they're like, so we got UK and US kids here. Interesting. So she's like, well, hopefully, we can just be chill, chill kids, chill. And so, the dudes, they also gawking, but hey, she ain't really taking too much offense to it just because, well, it's Sarah's. She really does.
Right.
So she goes to sit down. And so he say, he finishes writing his name on the board, addresses himself and everything, gives himself a little fun fact, I really like quiet things. That's essentially his way of saying, shut the fuck up.
Sorry, guys.
So he walks by and just sits down next to the window like a hammock, which I can see he is. So I'll take it back to you.
So I'm just chilling, doing my work and shit, paying attention to my surroundings, and starting to vibe with the whole, how they do things in Japan. As I'm like, when we gonna have PA physical workouts and shit, right? Like the gym, when we're gonna do gym. As they're like, oh, shit coming up next period. Well, I don't know how it works in Japan. Don't quote me on that, but next period. Let's just say we using the New York. We cut to gym class as they have like a whole bunch of weights out there, and they like, hey, we gotta see how strong y'all are, and maybe we can get y'all into some sports, maybe football, especially you. You're like 6'8". I'm like, yeah, I am 6'8". He's like, you be perfect. What's your name, kid? Name is Kiyoya Kingsman. I'm new around here. I figured how much. That's why you look so not familiar. Hey, how much can you lift? As I walk over to the weights. As let's just say they have like the max is like 450, right? Nobody realistically can lift up 450 pounds, right? So you kind of like, oh no, right? As I walk over to the weight, he's like, please don't pick up that weight. You're gonna make a scene out of us. As I just walk over to the weight, just casually, and I pick it up, and just everybody's eyes just like popping out their sockets. They're like, bro, that's like 450 pounds. You're casually lifting it up like that. Like, this is nothing to me. As they're like, are you some body, like your weightlifter or something? You could say that, but like I'm not breaking a sweat. As you kind of walk over and pull me by my ear, like calm down, like I pass it back to you.
All right. As I'm like, will you put that down? He's like, no, I don't want to put it down. I'm trying to flex. He's like, no, like I just take it out your hand.
Right.
As everyone is shocked that I'm holding it just as easily as you are. And I'm
right.
Like, no, you're not about to start playing with this thing. Like it's a freaking dog shoe toy. You're like, come on, it's the first day. I gotta show how American kids do it. I'm like, no, I'm just spinning it on my finger like a basketball.
Right.
As, some kids just passed out from saying, they're like, you know what? I don't think PE is my calling in life. You know, maybe academics is just fine for me. You know,
Right.
maybe extra curriculum is just the perfect way to go for me.
Right.
Sure, I might despise math, but I'd rather do that than try to lift that thing up while they're lifting up a Louis Day pinky toe.
Right.
I'm not being here for that. So some kids just straight up left.
Right.
You know. And so the gym teacher, he get a bit ticked off because, well, even he couldn't really lift that, you know.
Right.
And so he's like, alrighty then, since you two love to show off, how about this? As we're like, huh? As he like takes this weight balls, right? Come on, these are like really weight balls,
right?
And so he's like, I want to see how many of these can y'all catch, you know?
Right.
Come on, we think he's like, don't know. He put them in literal softball, freaking baseball projector machine, so they're coming at us fast too,
right?
So us being like freaking Yuji from JJK and just catching them no diff, just snatching them out the air, jumping in the air, snatching them.
Right.
And it literally just turned into a game of us just like, how fast can we move to catch them?
Right.
Because, you know, these balls weigh relatively to... They're like a condensed bowling ball in weight. So they're like relative to like 80 to 100 plus pounds.
Right. And they're moving at high speeds, guys.
Throwing at us, he's like, you know what? No kid can handle this one. As he like goes into his parking lot, and we're like, what is he doing?
Right.
As we see him with a crane, coming in with this big white ball that's literally
oh no,
bigger than the gymnasium itself.
Nah.
He like cranked it up to where it's like above the school in terms of height. He's like, if y'all think y'all both hot shits, huh? Take this, you foreigners. As he just drops it. And we're like, are you crazy? You'll crack the school. Not if you catch it, you won't. As we're like, bro, like, how should we do it? This man's crazy. As you like, sit this one out. I got this, you know?
Right.
As you just walk up to it with your hands in your pockets looking like it.
Let's go.
You like crack your knuckles as you gave it that freaking Saitama punch where you just punched that meteor.
Right.
Just shattering it to a whole bunch of pieces as they just slam into the ground all over the place. And most kids just got the fuck out of there. They're like, oh shit.
Right. They got buried by the sand.
And one piece was showing about the hit a girl in her head, which means they just jumped up and kicked it out the way.
Right. And we both noticed that. It was kind of shocking. Because I was going to intervene, but he speed blitzed me before I can do anything. Which surprised me. Huh, interesting.
And one of them broke off to like a piece of like a disc. It was about to like fly like full speed at Serge Victoria's head. But she like catches it and just fucking Broly discus swings that bitch off somewhere else.
She sent that thing packing, guys.
Right. As we're like, well, this school year is definitely going to be interesting. You know?
Right.
So the teacher, he's completely flabbergasted. We're both like, does that mean get an A for today?
Right.
Because he's not saying anything. His mouth wide open. As we're like, let's just say give an A. Yes, we all
believe. We're causing a lot of mayhem on the first day in school, guys. Anyway, as we cut to special someone as she's asking questions. Who the four of those students? They already caused quite the ruckus. As they're like, well, We got the list right here. So Keoya, Kingsman, 6'8", weight 150 pounds, pure muscle. That is, everybody's like, wow, you know, he's a giant. Um, Issei,
Okay, and she's like, okay, that's one kid. What about the other one? As Akano jumps in, she's like, his name is Issei Kyoto. 5'10" to it. 5'11" ish, 167 pounds. And for we know so far, he lives a pretty normal life. Or at least normal by human standards. So, like, what do you mean? Like, if you look at his past grades in life, it seems like he's been doing a pretty good job trying to seem like an ordinary kid. A bit too well. As like, what do you mean? As Aka's like, look, what kid can consistently get 70% in every single test they have taken since grade school? Not lower nor higher, just exactly 70%. That's not accidental. That's on purpose. This kid's intentionally trying to make himself lesser than what he actually is. Or he just simply doesn't care enough to try any harder. So wherever this kid is, he's definitely talented and gifted, despite the fact that he might come off as pretty ordinary. And so, alright then, what about the two women? Sarah's Victoria and Monica Kingsman. Like, Kingsman. So they're related then. Like, seems so. And same with her. First, she seems to be pretty much on his level. As they're like, that's pretty insane. Not just for him to be doing it, but for her to be doing it too.
mm-hmm.
Alrighty then, on the last one. Sarah's Victoria. But what we get intel on, or knowledge doesn't span past the UK. So anything about her is pretty much unknown at this point. Unless she intentionally just documents it herself. Since our networks don't really go that far, nor do we really look at things that far out. We normally tend to focus on US to Japan issues. Simply because those are just very big, wide ranges that we can just collect from the quickest.
Mm-hmm.
Since those tend to be the most active. So alrighty then. From what I've been seeing from their previous years, the Monica girl seems to have quite the track record of fights in school. Her personality is not that surprising. It's like, what do you mean? How many fights you had? And she's like, let's see. Middle school, 25. Elementary, 72. And pre-high school years, 37. And so, like, wow. Like, yeah. And to be honest with you, I'm surprised she's even managed to get given these records. They're like, hey, it's probably just because, well, she's pretty smart, so that kind of makes up for it again. Like, hopefully. But hey, keep your eyes on them. As she calls in a certain someone. She's like, yes. What can I do for you, Miss Rhea Scrimgery? Well, I would like for you to keep an eye on those four. But keep it at a distance, though. I want you to get as much info on all of them as soon as you can. And she's like, right away, Miss Scrimgery. And she, like, transforms into a bat and flies out the window. As Rhea, she's like, there's something about them. Especially that one boy. Keoya, I can definitely say this school year is about to be something extraordinarily interesting. As I'll pass it back to you.
As I'm like, okay, that was a good amount of carnage for the first day, as everybody kind of flabbergasted how absurdly strong we are. Kind of feels like it's a scene out of a Looney Tunes, but hopefully everybody thinks this is a dream and we just head off. And I'm like, huh, we only got a couple more hours to school's over. So guys, y'all want to hang out after this? This Issei is like, I really don't have really much to do. I don't see why not. Yo, you want to go to the new arcade that just opened up? I heard it came out with the new Killer Instinct. For real? Yeah, it just dropped like a couple of days ago. It should be there. As he's like, I'm down for that. As you and Victoria are talking, right? And we just we make plans to hang out after school. And so we school goes off, ends up being done, right? We go home, right? And we all get together and head to the new arcade. As we see the new station where they got like brand new joysticks, like I mean, it's freaking brand new, right? And everybody's already like lined up to play. As me and Issei, we start clobbering people, like absolutely destroying people in Killer Instinct. Like it was like a natural thing. We just picked up the characters and just started crushing people. And it came to a point where it was me against Issei. I'm Saber Wolf, and he's using he's playing as Spinnock. As we like literally like going crazy, and it came down to a shadow counter. As he ends up winning the game, I'm like, damn it! Only if I had more energy, I could have won. As he say, hey, you lose and you win some. Today you lost. I'm like, damn. Everybody going crazy in the crowd. It's a big spectacle. As Issei is pretty, taking his trophy, winning. Bet him like we betted like $50 on the game, so I'll give him the $50. As we hear a mysterious voice. Well, not really mysterious, but a girl. And she's like, are you Issei Imoto? As he's like, yeah. As I read the room, I'm like, alright, I'm gonna head off. I'm gonna get some snacks as I go. As I pass it back to you, bro.
Alright. As me and Cyrus, we catch the hint extremely quickly, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, well, we're gonna hand over to the claw machine, test our luck with that. So me and Cyrus head over there as Issei is talking to this purple hair chick. And she's like, hello, I was just new to the area, and I just wanted to know, do you want to go on a date with me? Like she like asking, I would like you to be my boyfriend. As with Issei, he's kind of looking at her.
Mm-hmm.
She kind of like has her like eyes closed very shutly and has her head down. Issei's like, first of all, if you're gonna ask someone anything sincere, you look them in their eyes.
Mm.
As he like grabs her by her like chin so she can like look at his face. Because you know what they say, the eyes is what tell the true meaning of someone's soul.
Mm.
And she's kind of like looking at him.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, yeah, you're right. I'm just a bit nervous that this whole dating thing is extremely new to me. He's like, I wonder why. You're quite a pretty girl, so I don't understand why dating would be something new to you.
Mm.
You're like, thanks, but my anxiety never allows me to date anyone for too long. He's like, what a shame. They're lost in.
Mm.
But to answer your question, yeah, sure, why not? I'm currently not really doing anything. Well, besides whooping Kyoya, but I'm sure he left. So he's probably done with that. Sure, why not? Where you trying to head off to? Oh, leave a tip for the food. So he doesn't seem like I just left. I just like, oh, we can just head to the nearest diner if you want. He's like, sure, why not? As he just puts his arm around her neck as they both just leave. As me and Sarah, we kind of looking in the background behind the skies. As Sarah's, she getting a bit upset because she's put like another $5 in the claw machine trying to get one thing, and it's just not been working. As I'm like, hold on, I know a strategy that always works when I play the game. She's like, really? What's that? As I take $1, put it in there, move around the crane, grab it, but it like lets it go. As I tell her to stand up back a bit. As I look to my left, look to my right, as I punch the glass, shattering it. As I just break everything, as I just grab as much toys as I can, puts it in Sarah's hands, put it in my hands, so we just leave. That just left an extravaganza for kids who just was just spending hours on that thing, or just going around grabbing it and stuff,
Right.
As we're like, oh shit, the guards like, come on, let's go. As you coming back with the snatcher, I'm like snatching you up,
right?
And you're like, hey, where are we going? I still gotta pay for this. Like, don't worry. He say, put on his tab, let's go. As the guy's like, you're gonna pay for this. It's like you're like, what is he talking about? Like, kind of smashed the claw machine box. Toys, since it was kind of annoying Sarah since she couldn't get any.
Fine. Let's go.
We all just running out of there,
Right.
And we get a good distance away. We're like breathing heavy and stuff.
Right. I need some water.
Right. And so with that, you're like, ooh, that was interesting. And I'm like, yeah. You just turn around and like grab me by my ear pretty viciously. I'm like, ow.
Yeah.
Like, what made you think it was a good idea to smash that machine and take all the toys out? Look, hey, clearly giving it its money wasn't making it listen to me. So what, you think violence is a way to fix your problems?
Right.
Hey, it worked out pretty good so far, so why would it fail me now? It's like, I'd be like, I'm sorry, Sarah. This is just how my sister gets sometimes. Sometimes so quick to think with her hands, she doesn't think with her head. She's like, hey, it's fine. It was pretty fun, though. And you're like, anyway, where is Issei?
Right.
Oh, he left with a girl. You're like, girl. Oh, that one chick he was talking to. Oh. If you think it hit, like, oh. So this is supposed to be when it happens then.
Right.
I guess I keep my eye open for Issei then.
Right.
Sure, he seems capable, but I'm still not sure quite yet. And so you decided to like cut it out like just a bit earlier than usual.
Right.
But Cersei, she's fine with it. She's fine with it. Plus, it's getting a bit past her curfew anyway.
Right.
So you give her a portion of the snacks. She like still has like all the toys with her, so she just puts it in her backpack, so she don't have to carry it all.
Right.
So she just like walks home.
I was gonna.
We're all waving back. We're like, huh? She's a pretty cool chick,
Yeah, you think I should let her walk home by herself? I feel like that's like a wrong move to do. Make her go home by herself because she is an attractive woman. It's like you like, well, she can handle herself. You saw what she did to that piece of fragment that flew her way. Huh? I thought I was the only one that peeped that. I didn't know you saw that too. Come on now. Like you like shocked. Like you're not shocked that I saw her do that, but I didn't know you noticed type of thing. You know what I'm saying? All
Yeah.
right. I guess she's fine then. As I'm like, huh? You think she got what? Okay, hold on. As I'd say, she's definitely a vampire. As you like, yeah, she sent that piece of fragment over the horizon with that throw. And yeah, but she's quite chill. You would think she'd be bloodthirsty. But then you like, bro, she's only bloodthirsty if you're her op, you know? And I'm like, yeah. Um, but it's quite interesting how this verse is going. Never expected to see her here out of all people. Wonder else who's here. As I pass it back to you.
I'm like, yeah, who knows? Well, the fact that us being here did kind of alter a few things. So the idea that, well, other, I guess, demonic-esque characters will be here isn't outside the realm of possibility. Since things are a bit out of whack already as it is. Have you seen Issei? When was he ever that smooth?
Right. He's too
No
swaggy.
offense to how he was personally, he just like Ken and Issei just had no game. I'm sorry.
Right. He's not as perverted as I thought he would be. Maybe he's an inside pervert now. You say. I'm like, that could be true. Who knows at this point? Since this world is different, hope to see, a certain someone as you're like, I doubt it. I don't think she would be in this verse. Like, hey, you never know, right? As we kind of leave it right there, guys. So I hope y'all enjoyed the video. Got anything to say, Rage?
Hey.
Alright, y'all. So it's been your boy, Number Bench. Rage. Got any last words before I hang it up?
Nami's wax is bigger than Boa's. I said it.
Alright, y'all. Peace, y'all.